Let's talk about longevity for a moment. You've been training for almost 70 years. And I remember when I first started, I would get injured quite a bit because my body wasn't used to the movements and dealing with guys twice my size. But in recent years, I never get injured. I think from my perspective, I've learned how to move, learned how to stay safe. But I hear guys even in their 30s, but in their 40s, 50s complaining like, oh, I'm too old, I can't do this anymore. How do you respond to that?
Well, how do you preserve yourself? First of all, learning one basic thing. Tap. Second, stop when you feel that you got the limit. And the third thing is that don't try to be a Superman, because you will never be a Superman. When I was 60, I was preparing myself to fight in Rio de Janeiro. I wanted to. And I was training with all the black belts. I was good. But I had many injuries that come from years. And I was teaching a white belt and said, oh, when the person gets inside of the guard like I am, you have to have a good posture, you have to have a good position with your hands there. Otherwise the guy is gonna, for example, pull your arm and you're gonna lose your balance. And when I was talking, he pulled my arm that way, and my shoulder popped. I had already an injury, so I lost the fight. I couldn't go to fight. But so longevity is something that is inside of you. The main point is, how do you preserve yourself? You see, I'm seated here trying to control pains and injuries, but man, it's a 77 years old body. I did a lot of stupid things in my life. At that time, the 50s, 60s, we used to fight, just fight, let's go, fight. Warm up, what is a warm up? Come on, get in and fight and train. So we have to pay this price for that. But and now for example, I keep teaching, I keep traveling, I keep doing 80% of my time teaching and traveling, and I'm okay. Besides the pain, okay, but pain is something that you're going to feel anyway, so I don't care. I care is that what are my limits? I know that I cannot do this. For example, if let's roll a little bit. I'm sorry. I can roll with a person that knows my limit. So I have a few persons in the world that it is fantastic for me. Look, this is the limit of my arm. This is the limit of my arm. So if I'm on the bottom, you put your weight over here, I'll tap for sure. No, first I scream, the pain is terrible. So, but I can do it. Just protecting myself, and the person knows that the limits. Jiu-Jitsu can be for your life. But you have to know the moment when you were young, everything is good. I create myself a way to escape from an armbar, a traditional one. Huh? It was so stupid, because one day I popped my elbow. I thought that was amazing. It was something that I would do forever in my life. One day I did it, wrong timing, and if I was convinced at that time, someone said to me, okay, be careful, you have a future, don't try to do this. Now, when you were a fighter, for example, MMA fighter, or even a Jiu-Jitsu fighter, when you were young, you do whatever you, but one day you're going to pay for it.
Would you recommend people do something like yoga or even just massage or something to?
Yoga is fantastic. I did for many years. Fantastic. Very, very good. It helps a lot. They teach you first to give you some flexibility, some body moves that are going to help you, and how do you breathe, how do you control your when sometimes you are on a bad situation. The yoga is going to help you a lot.
Excellent.
Concentrate yourself and even meditate during the fight.
Excellent. Well, Flavio, thank you so much for all the information. It's been great. And if you don't mind, let's move on to the technique portion.
Oh boy, fantastic.
All right. So Flavio, what would you like to show today?
Okay, let's see if we were talking about posture. Let's see one kind of, please, on the ground. Now put your head a little bit that way. Yeah, that's right. Now you're gonna put both feet here. You're gonna control my sleeve with your left hand, and your right hand gets here. So this is posture. You see? Now you are uncomfortable, not me. One thing, control here. If your shoulder is out of the ground, you don't have posture, not even leverage. Now if you put your, see? Now that's a little difference. Now when I do this, to stand up, all your weight is on my back. And another thing, why I have to do this if I can do this? Just going up. So this is posture. For example, get over here. I show you for cross body, for example. Okay, how do I do a posture? Then you're gonna tell how much pressure I do. Okay, it's gonna be making difference because every move I do with my posture is gonna be a little bit different. So I'm gonna do this. See? All right. Now, this is considered by me no posture. Okay. Now, the first step of my posture is gonna be putting my left leg all the way. You feel? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. Now, increase it.
Yep.
My head up will change because a head down will transform my body in a dead body. If I move that way, it's gonna be harder for you. Now, keeping my posture and switching position. Look here. Posture. You see? Everything is controlled. And the pressure, as I said, little points. So I keep your shoulder out of the ground. I keep your hip controlled. And I keep my posture, and the pressure is still there. So this is very interesting. Now let's see posture on the other way. I'm under it. Take this. This is at least, yeah. Okay, so look here. I'm gonna be controlling you. Now what I did here? First, this hand will be controlling your head, because even if you put your head down, you're gonna be controlled by my arm here. Second, I'll be controlling your joint. Okay, and then I'm gonna be moving your elbow in under you in order to control and to block your shoulder movement. Okay, so now I have pressure. You see, now I'm gonna make a little pressure here to bother you. Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I did pressure. This is just to provoke you and to stimulate you to move, because you're not comfortable, no. So you're gonna be moving.
Now I want to move to
yes.
But now I can't get under your elbow.
That's right. Elbow, and at the same time my leg there is not allowing you to seat. Okay, so this is something that under with my posture and my control and the pressure, I'll keep you out of balance. Mm-hmm. And you don't find a way or space to submit. Not arm, no neck. And every single move you do, I'm gonna be controlling, because my sensor is... Where are my sensors? Come on, again, please, just to talk about sensors. The first one, when I'm here, I always close my eyes. I don't have anything to see, only the ceiling. So close my eyes to concentrate myself. So when I do this, now look my leg. So I know where you are. I know where your leg. I know where your shoulder and your arm. I know where you are, your head. So I know you. So anything you do, now I can, from here, I can bridge, get my knee in, move, and keep you uncomfortable. See, be controlling. Your armbar, yes. Choke, yes. Sweep, yes. I have everything from here. Because of the basic control, the basic pressure.
That's fascinating to think that you could pressure me when you're in an inferior position.
This is interesting.
How about from the guard? How can you make me uncomfortable from when you're in my guard?
Yes, that's it. I'll try. Because this is hard for my knees. Without gi, but in both hands, okay? Because now I don't have to control here. I have to control your wrist. Okay, your waist. Yeah. Control here. And now, for example, if you want to press me down, okay? So my elbows are connected to my body, so I don't allow you to move, okay? So the pressure I do is here. Now, when I'm gonna step one foot, I don't just step my foot. I have to make pressure on your leg.
Pinching my leg.
Pinch. Look here. Okay. Now, if you try to put your arm under, look.
Can't really get anywhere.
Yes. Because of that, it's control you. So this is one single point. Now, imagine if I do this. There's no pressure, and I suppose I feel that I have a control, but you have the control. Yes, you can move whatever you want. Okay. Here is basic. When you have a gi, I'll do this.
Keeping good posture.
Always. I never put my head down. I don't have to look to my opponent. Look at the public.
And for the camera.
Yeah, that's right. Now, that's I was talking about one thing inside of the guard. This is armbar, as everybody knows. This and this, right? This is an armbar. I never saw anybody doing this again. That's interesting. Instead of putting my left foot, okay, you have your right arm here. So if I want to attack, I'll do this. But I'm going to change a little bit, like we used to do this in the 50s. That's the first step for a good omoplate. You just control, step, okay? Now I'm going to use the other leg. Okay? Now, what do? You just move, pull, stretch, come. Let the pressure over your shoulder. Now, as always, your thumb is going to be helping me to indicate the way to go. Twisting. This is a very, very good armbar, but I don't see many person doing this nowadays. I don't know why. Because sometimes you're here, you try this, and the guy is controlling you. See, if you're controlling there, I cannot attack here, so I can attack this one. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Yep.
I can attack this one.
Right.
Normally, what do? You bend your arm. So then I go for omoplate.
Interesting.
Let me show you a old man omoplate.
Okay.
This is good for old people. Okay, let's do it. I did this. Okay, instead of sitting, moving that way, the person has so many injuries like me, it's difficult. So instead of doing this, I'm gonna move my knee to the ground. Use my shin to press down here, then I go.
Yeah, it's good control.
This is for old person.
Right.
Sometimes I find ways to do things that I cannot do normally.
Yeah, because I imagine your jiu-jitsu has changed quite a bit over the years.
Yes.
When you were younger, you could be more dynamic and moving around. Now you're probably moving slower and controlling positions, pressuring.
Yes, more and more pressure all the time. All the time. And the right control. Because I have to be controlling you, not allow you. Because what was the main point is that sometimes you start moving and I have to prevent. But instead of going after you.
Right. A lot of jiu-jitsu nowadays, what they call modern jiu-jitsu, a lot of it starts from the open guard.
Yeah.
What do you like to do from, say, De La Riva position, when the guy on the bottom has you in a De La Riva?
Nobody does this because standing?
Yeah, sure. Just post your knee out.
Yes, and that's my posture. I'm going to show you this exclusively for you. Okay, you may require this. Okay, now look here. Open, okay? Now I'm going to pass the guard.
Simple.
Nobody believes that it's possible, but it is. But the point is that position. You see there. When you go there, the way you see, my knees are always going this way. You may switch and put a hook there. Yes, that's right. So here, the same thing. You go forward, not forward, because then I make pressure and I keep control instead of trying to escape. I don't want to escape. I want to involve you that you're gonna give me the way to escape.
Your pressure reminds me a lot of what Shanji said. Shanji Hibero said he was on the show. He emphasized not going around the guy, but going right through it.
That's true. That's right.
Do you think that's a problem of modern jiu-jitsu? People moving more than they need to?
Yeah, moving more than they need. That's right. That's you put it. It's out of your point. You don't need to move that way. It's sometimes it's amazing. It's beautiful. Let's see all the. But for what? They are young, full of energy, and they like to spend energy. So that's good. It's funny.
But as you get older, you need to conserve energy and be efficient.
That's right. That's right.
And the secrets of efficiency are posture, breathing.
Posture, precision, and pressure, and breathing for sure. With a good posture and breathing, I know how to breathe. For sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank you.
today.
It's a pleasure.
It's great.
It's a pleasure.
And for the people watching, if they want to learn more about you, where can they find maybe your website or your association?
Yeah, I have a website. It's Flavio. What? Flavio.
It'll say it right here.
FlavioBehring.com. That's
Okay.
it. But here in the United States, anything has to be through my director here, Rob Handley, Absolute MMA. So he knows where I am, where I'm gonna be, where I teach, and my doors are open to anyone. It's not a matter of flags.
And your academy is in?
I don't have academy. Okay. It's around the world. It's everywhere. So as I have associate academies everywhere, so I don't have one place that I cannot imagine an academy in any part of the world, and that I'll be there for 2-3 weeks, then I travel.
I was traveling so much.
People are gonna leave me. So.
Well, it was a great pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for watching This Week in BJJ. We'll see you again next week.
Thank you.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that interview and technique as much as I enjoyed being part of it. Thanks again to Flavio Behring for taking part in that. Next week, we're not going to have a show. I will be in Guatemala. I have a super fight against Jeff Glover. That will be a free live stream on gtopen.org, so be sure to check that one out. Other guys on the card, Majid Hage versus Sean Roberts, Gio Martinez versus Joao Miao, Queixinho versus Edwin Najmi, and a couple other super fights. So that's going to be a blast. gtopen.org. That's going to be on September 19th. Is that event. Also on September 25th and 26th is the IBJJF Worlds Masters. That will be live on YouTube, on the IBJJF YouTube channel. So check out those tournaments, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And if you enjoyed the show, please click like, and be sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time.